eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. You're alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only
And what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Anime Night. I am Chad, the man Zimmerman. Not really. No one's ever called me that. I am your, I don't know what you call this, ringleader, ringmaster, drug cartel leader person that kills people in the desert. I'm Chad. I basically run this shenanigans fest. All we do is we hang out on Saturday nights because we all know none of us really have anything better to be doing other than like self-loathing. Loathing. English. Incredibly difficult. So, I ended up organizing this thing where we can all just kind of hang out together, watch an anime, try and steady our nerves outside of the drug-fueled world. I don't know why I'm so focused on drugs today. This week, maybe it's because of what we're watching, we're going to be watching a viewer request from, let's make sure I get this correct. I don't even know where people asked about this. JoJo's was, I think, Sally? Yeah, Sally asked for it last Thursday at 7:16 p.m. in the Discord. So, Sally, we are watching JoJo's for you. And I will admit, I'll be the first to admit, probably not the last, maybe. I'm often last. This is the first time I'm ever watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that I can remember. I don't know anything about it. I think they even have like an updated version. I don't know if this is the old version or the new version. The way Anime Night works, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is go down into the description down below, and you can find a link to where we're watching it. I'm watching this week's on Daiweeb because they have the Japanese subtitle only, and that tends to be what I like to use. You can use whatever you happen to want. When I say go, we go. When I say stop, we all piss off, or whatever whatever happens to happen. I will catch up on the chat. Oh, it's my, let's see. But! Sorry. Here, I'll turn it down just a smidge. Just a smidgen. Alright, we'll try that. We'll see how well this works. Anyways, we are going to begin here real quickly. Hopefully I gave you guys enough time after adjusting the microphone. Just a hair. To watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Episode 1, Dio the Destroyer. And I always try to go into new anime blind. I have not looked up any reviews. The only picture I've seen is the one I put on the screen. So hopefully this works out well. We will begin this together Bizarre Adventure in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, come on. Alright, now I can catch up on chat. It's a shame I actually want to watch with the... Alright, what'd I miss? What'd I miss, guys? Hey, oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to say hi to everybody. What's going on? MSM Music, Henry, Rebirth. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Lucky Cat. A. Gray and Justin. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Let's ride this out together. 今日本にいるからなんか日曜日だよわら. Oh, sorry. I couldn't. Gosh, I hate PCs, man. I can't read half this crap. It's too small. If you guys are PC users, let me know how I can not have to lean in to be able to read. That'd be freaking fantastic. Hold on, can I resize it? Bro, I can resize it. Okay. I just have to zoom in. Okay, that's good. Let's try this one on Henry. Oh, that's not good enough. Ohayou gozaimasu. Gure-kun. Yeah, see. Well, at least I learned to zoom in. What's going on, guys? I don't think I missed anything. Rip headphones, I saw that. It is about queens, and I feel it's about drag queens, and I'm here for it. Chatty boy, it's been a long time since I was this early. Control plus scroll up. Yeah, I got it, luckily. I was so like, why am I have to lean in to read what was going on, because it was so small. All I saw was like he or Nichi, and I couldn't tell the second one, and I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Can you resize your voice? Is it too loud? Do you want it smaller? I'll keep bringing it down. Just keep letting me know where it's fitting. I just brought it down there, so let me know. Now I can actually watch this and not hate myself, hopefully. Okay, well, we're introduced to JoJo. Yes. Oh, it's that guy. Okay, I've seen pictures of him. And, like, memes. This truly is going to be a bizarre adventure. Oh, here's the guy from the title, Dio. Okay, so, first off, that translation was wrong. Kikoe ne no ka. Can't you hear... Are you unable to hear me? Can't you hear me? He's complaining that he's not listening to him. And the English translator changed it to come to my side. So that's one of those... this is why you learn Japanese. It's not a big deal. I don't think you lose anything from it, but still. Ugh. I've already determined that I don't like JoJo's. Henry, come on. You got to give it a little bit of... I'm not saying give it a season. I'm saying end of the episode. Maybe you'll be surprised. Yep, they definitely didn't translate that right. That's fine. I gotta show you guys, I'm building a video based on that sequence, it's like the sequence of conveying thought that I put on Snapchat and put in the Discord. I gotta show you guys. Do I have the book next to me? I do. Well, I have one of the books next to me. It's, What Does This Mean? By Voles, and I think, was it 90-something? No, not that one. Sorry, one diagram farther back with explanation. There, 95. It's also from Ogden and Richards, The Meaning of Meaning. If you want to be a translator someday, cannot recommend this book enough. But I'm going to be doing a video on that soon enough, I think. More like changing the plot. It's not changing. That didn't change the plot. It just wasn't a faithful translation. Which is another cool thing. I got to talk about that. What determines a faithful translation and not? But that's a whole different topic. I don't like the music, and that's the #1 thing about anime. Weird things I haven't really noticed, but it's also because I'm talking to you and listening to what they're saying and analyzing the English and the Japanese, so my brain's a little preoccupied, but I can understand. Not liking the music's a fair criticism. This is strange. Is this based in England? I could have sworn that this was like some space crazy thing, just from how bizarre the pictures look. Ha! Bizarre. That's a British guy that's very fluent in Japanese right there. Couldn't have got... I mean, maybe it wouldn't be as widely appealing if you just had them speak English with Japanese subtitles, but whatever. I don't want to watch anime anymore, so I don't know. Makes sense. Okay, so what makes this adventure bizarre? Oh, he's greedy. Wants to be rich. Kuzume. When's the last time I heard that freaking said? Years, probably. At least. I still have... It's weird. I don't really have any connection to any of these characters so far. Oh, thanks, announcer. Thanks for telling me what's going on. Okay. A rock mask? Huh. Fair enough. Chad, when you come in to visit me in Honolulu? I'm moving there in August. Bro, if you got a couch for me, I can get a plane ticket. Shoot, I wish you would have told me before. I would have... Oh, actually, I wouldn't be there in August. Darn, I was going to say, on my next trip to Japan, I'll just have, like, a very long layover in Hawaii. But, oh, well, I'll just straight up go to Honolulu. I don't care. I'm here to watch Chad watching anime. Yoko, we are 7 minutes in. Exactly. Jonas-san Joestar. Why does such a ripped adult have such a childish voice? mean, clearly it was the intent of the person who made it. Why is he... Did he just kick the dog? What? Oh, don't hurt the dog. What did it do to anybody? I don't like this dude. I think that's kind of the point, but I don't like this dude. Did you already buy tickets? I did. Tickets from Honolulu to Tokyo are super cheap. I wonder if it's the same from Tokyo to Honolulu. I'll have to check. If it's not much money, I mean, hey, Hawaii. It kind of defeats the purpose of me going to Japan because I'm going to get re-immersed in work, but sometimes even if you're only there for a month, you need a vacation, you know? I'm not watching JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Not my type. I'll level with you. I don't know if this is my type. I'm only 7 minutes in. I'm going to be there from August onwards, so, like, you could come anytime. Heck yeah, dude. That makes a lot of... That would be nice to, like, get halfway to Japan and be able to take, like, a 2-3 day sabbatical, go sit on a beach, and then continue the journey. So it's not all 1:14... Well, I guess for me it's, like, 40 hours, usually. 40-hour mess. Someone kicked the dog. Nope, I know. It's a bummer. What is the point? So this dude, the blonde guy, if I remember right, wasn't... Is this a fighting anime? This is already very odd. I don't seem to understand the dynamic. If someone just elbowed me hard enough for me to lose the air and he grabbed my ear, I would be hitting him. And he acts... Maybe this is kind of the dichotomy of it, right? Because the blonde guy acts super stuck up, but he's... I think comes from kind of peasantry. The house wasn't very nice. And then this dude's very rich, and he acts normal. JoJo. I don't know, maybe that's part of the dynamic between the two. I don't know. Doesn't a sabbatical refer to taking a break from teaching at a university? Probably. I don't use English very well. I don't use anything very well. Yeah, it's weird. The way, so they're translating pretty normal Japanese into very, not polite, because that's not the way I want, it's the English from like the 1800s that are kind of upscale and not posh. Because I have the English and the Japanese on, and it's like, why? Just translate the way they said it. If you get elbowed enough to see Jesus and you're Japanese, you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing enough drugs if you don't see Jesus when you get elbowed. Come on, guys. Okay. So is this a... Someone tell me, if anyone's watched this... Chad, the Osaka to Honolulu nonstop flights are like $400 round trip. That's not bad. I don't live in Osaka, but I could get there, I think, for like $100 round trip. So $5 round trip to go to Hawaii, not bad. Okay. I mean, what is that? Hajime no Ippo, the boxing one. Not a huge fan. And if this is a fighting anime, I don't know how I'm going to like it. And the weird thing is, I don't even have a problem with, necessarily, I don't even have a problem with fighting anime. I like shonen anime. I am okay. There's a rugby anime that was really good I liked. I like sports anime. It's just... If this whole show is just about two dudes fighting, just fight. And, like, get it out. It seems kind of odd that they have all this weird background. Unless, maybe I'm missing it. Daniel Stout in his house. What's up? Yeah, you're late. We are 12 minutes, 22 seconds into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and let me tell you, it's been an adventure so far. It's very unique in a good way if you want it to be a good way. I see why it can be a meme, for sure. Shun the latecomer. Shun. I remember 2008. If you guys haven't seen that video, I forgot what it was. It's, hot darn it. What do they call it? It's a unicorn one, right? Charlie, I think. What up, man? Nothing. Just, you know, working and studying. And I'm taking a break from a stack of... This is only half the books. I got 7. This is 3 that I got on me now. So these are 3 of the other 7. The rest of them I don't... I got 2 up there. So that means the other 2 must be over there. But I have to read all 7 of these books in... what, like 2 and some change months? Write 2 25-page papers, and then each week have 5 individual page papers. You know, keep him busy. Keep him busy and stressed and busy. Wishiwatsu. Oh, I love No Dame. I actually like the live action a lot. I watched... It was so weird because it aired, I think, in like 2009, but I was watching it on Japanese TV once. And I just loved the actual live action of it. And I never like live actions of anything. I really like that one. Classical music and university anime. Well, I guess, well, not university, because Your Lie's high school. But it's very good. I liked it a lot. Some of you haven't been to Candy Mountain, and it shows. I can't write in English. I can't English amazingly well, to be honest. Especially after like a 12-hour day of reading it. Or on High School Host Club, that's a good one. I think we've done that one, but we can always do a catch-up. So we could do... we did the first 2 episodes, so then we could do like the next 2 episodes. This anime's garbage. I didn't say it, by the way. The chat said I was reading it. I don't know if it's garbage or not, but I want to see. It's weird. There's nothing about this that is, like, overtly garbage, you know? There's nothing that I hear it and go, oh, this is, like, super trash. It's just not... I'm not seeing where all the memes are coming from and where... I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm too succinct. Or so say my professors. Succinct. That's a good word that I... Succinct. I've heard it. Do I know what it means? Let's take a guess before I Google it, shall we? Succinct. Oh, he kisses her. Maybe it's that kind of that kind of crazy intense... Oh, wow. Weird. Kissing women without their approval, guys. This really is 1800s. Come on. Hitsuyo Gomi. Okay. It's weird that you type something in Japanese, I'm like, oh, okay, fair. And you say succinct in my own English. And I'm like, what the frick is succinct? Gina Zimmerman with $5. Thank you very, very much. Well, not 5. $4.99, because $5 would be tacky. $4.99 is a lot more tasteful. Thank you very much. It sounds as unappetizing as microwave 2-day-old omelet. You clearly have not had a delicious 2-day-old omelet made by Mr. Chad Zimmerman before, have you? What's the point? Why do you wanna... I lost my patience with a mirror girl. Okay. I don't what's the overall plot point? Can someone tell me? Because I am 17 minutes into this son of a gun, and I have no idea what's happening. 0. Are you freaking kidding me? So far, we have JoJo and Dio. One's poor, one's rich. They punch each other a lot. They clearly have a strained relationship. Somehow, they're in each other's life. It's really easy for me to not have people in my life that punch me. Yeah, so now he's going to fight those guys. Some more fighting. What is Dio doing in his house? What business does he have at his house? Now, I will say this. Normally, when you have to run in one frame and do, like, exposition for, like, a weirdly long time, I'm always like, you would have hit him by now. But with how large JoJo's house is, maybe. Maybe you could actually talk that long. So, is this really just a fight? This is odd. It's just, they're just fighting. So the thing he's fighting against is to restore Arena's honor. It's my American art, Arena. That'll bother people. And he's... So his motivation now is just that he'll beat him in everything. That's... Why? What's the... It's so weird. I don't understand. I'll understand in a sec, but just... Is it actually a fighting anime? Is this meant... Okay, is this meant to be, like, just fighting? I think JoJo's doesn't have a plot, though. Is that actually true, or do you just not like it because you don't think there's a plot? Is the meme that there's no plot? I don't want you to mail me a microwave-made omelet. Thanks. Okay, I won't, but you're missing out. It's because... I didn't like the first episode. It was too weird in a not good weird way. Okay, so he's got a knife now. Well, that kind of makes me more interested. I see the mask retracted whatever weird claws it has. Maybe he's trying to become a gentleman, but why would you bring him into your home just because he wants to be a gentleman? Was he like a cohort of his father? Weird. I don't understand it. Yuri on Ice. When? I don't know. I don't think have we done Yuri on Ice? If not, we could do it. That could be one of we could do next week's. I didn't like the first episode. Oh. It's because YouTube doesn't want to seem like an adult. It wants to be the cool kid, so it's all edgy and uneven. It's like Inuyasha, where the plot is less important than the character interaction. Yeah, but Inuyasha, like, it had... again, I can only talk about as someone who finished Inuyasha and someone who was only on episode 1 of this. Even in the first episode of Inuyasha, there was, like, a discernible plot, right? Like, there was a girl with a normal life, and there's this weird demon thing that was attacking her, so she fell in a hole. When she fell in the hole, you know, she went to this other world where there's this guy stuck in a... Like, there was a series of events, and then it made sense with the animosity between the two characters because of their personality, but the plot still went on. I don't even know what brings these two into the same house. Like, why are they living together if they hate each other? Why would his dad bring this blonde dude in? Why does this blonde dude hate the... My assumption, because it hasn't told us this, I don't think he likes him because he just inherently was rich. But what made this dude, like, be super awful? Why are they constantly at odds? Yeah, so here's the ending that I'm used to hearing, the dun 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 dun. By the way, Henry, I will say this, as a former advanced placement music theory student, I'm listening to the end, like the end credit theme, and it is... They used bass very, very well, and they put it in the forefront, which is good. A lot of bands tend to, and I think rightfully so, blend it with guitar. I like it as its own little melodic instrument. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if a lot of people would catch that. It's not that deep of a concept to just have a more forefront bass line, but I like it. Okay, I see blood moving around, so it's probably like an Aztec mask, activates with blood. Oh, Daniel Stout! Holy moly, $20! Dude, thank you so much! I seriously need to get like a plaque of you somewhere, or like get Daniel Stout tattooed on my neck. You've tipped me enough to probably get a neck tattoo at this point. Thank you very much, Daniel. I really appreciate it. Tips are always welcomed, never necessary. I hang out for fun. Any of the stream goals that I have, or anything like that, always optional, just for fun. All right, let's move on to JoJo episode 2, shall we? And starts now, just for you folks. But yeah, I guess the plot isn't super defined in the first season. It's more like arcs. Like, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm not as convinced that this is at all like Inuyasha yet. Maybe something happens, I'm like, oh wow, this is cool. I will say the use of CG mixed in with everything else is super fun. Like the intro. The intro's super fun and unique. But then you go to the regular anime, and it's like, the only time you get anything close to what this intro is when they impact on a fight scene and you get the onomatopoeia on the screen. That's it. You know. I'm gonna try not to judge it too harshly until I finish the second episode. If after 2 episodes I'm not hooked, you know, fair enough. Different tastes, different strokes for different folks. I love Inuyasha. Yeah, it wasn't the first anime I watched, but we had a childhood friend named Tyler. Tyler, I won't say his last name because I'm not doxing people on my stream ever if I can avoid it. Tyler ended up... He was friends with my older brother, but then was friends with me and our whole family. His younger sister was super into anime. And I, at the time, was into it, but didn't know it was called anime because I watched Pokemon and Naruto and like Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff on Toonami, the best Toonami, the old Toonami. And she introduced me to Inuyasha at her house, and it was super dope. I think that might have been, frankly, my first introduction to like yokai, which is one of my big passions in Japanese, is reading what these yokai do in the old spiritual books of Japan. It's like you came in on the beginning of a filler run of episodes of Bleach. That's actually not a bad way to put it. So a filler episode of Bleach, right? We already know the overlying plot, and they're not trying to change the plot. Oh, this is rugby. Rugby! Okay, you brought me back. I love rugby. All about it. Alright, this is a good anime now. We're good. We can just watch giant men tackle each other in rugby. But since they already know the plot, then you can kind of not have to focus on the plot as much. And just kind of have faces that people will be like, oh, it's that character. That kind of seems to be what I think. Oh, I love rugby. I took the AP Music Theory exam, but I didn't take the class because my school didn't have it. What did you get on the exam? I don't remember what I got on the exam, but I got over 100% on the final because I passed. I was like the A+ student. I was actually in what did my school call it? I didn't really have a structured curriculum because I'd already passed everything. Well, it's not solo study, independent study. So I had already passed all the guitar classes, the piano classes, and the college level classes. So my AP Music Theory wasn't even technically offered there. I had to do it online through a college, and I was just supposed to my teacher had to check in to make sure I was doing my work. And so not only did I just ace everything, because music's like the only thing I've really ever been good at and loved, especially in high school. I didn't know about Japanese then. What I should say, I didn't have a passion to study it. It was just like every other language in the world. But I did a performance. I did a piano performance that the school really desperately needed. And my teacher was like, hey, Chad, if you just do this, it would help us so much. And I was like, no, dude, it's like Friday. I'm not going to go into school and play for... It was like a parent-teacher conference or something stupid. And he goes, I'll give you extra credit. And I was... All my other classes had C's, and it was my senior year, so I was like, I'm close enough to, like... If I get an F in something, or if a teacher hates me, or if I get sick, I don't graduate if I just lose on any of my other classes. So I was like, I'll take the extra credit. And I think I had to perform 2 songs, and one of them was a pop-punk song. I don't remember what it was. It was something I was listening to at the time. The second one was Bohemian Rhapsody, because I was always a big Queen fan. And then I think he just had me, like, kind of, you know, douching around on the piano, just playing... Just kind of nice rounded things in major keys, nothing, just to kind of fill the ambiance. They basically wanted to show the parents, like, oh yeah, we have a piano program. So when parents were going to and from classrooms, they'd hear piano in the piano room, and that was me. I should really go back and figure out what I got in that class. So it sounds like a badly done Cowboy Bebop ripoff. Ah, hey, don't, before we call things ripoffs, let's have... No regrets. Oh my gosh, Daniel. Ugh. I mean, no regrets, but just that movie. I love Josuke's arc. He's the JoJo with the old Yakuza hair, 4th from the left. On the screen, 4th from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that guy? Haven't met him yet. Probably will shortly. Wow, smarty pants. No, like I said, I got hundreds on it, but that's because I like ate, breathe, and shat music. Put me in a math class, C's. Put me in an English class, C's. I was in bowling class and got C's in bowling. But music, for some reason, was always the thing I liked it. And thank God I had music in high school, because I had nothing. I was not athletic. I didn't lift like I do now. What the hell's that? Henry, $30! Didn't know you were into music, too. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Henry. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, one of these days, I'll pull out all my instruments on a live stream. It won't be here because I have the green screen and not a lot of room. But when I finally get the computer fixed and go back to my regular studio, I think, just that I own now, I think I have 13. 14 with yours. With the ocarina you gave me, which I've been having a blast with. Definitely, it's kind of like the tin whistle. It's kind of learning to hit those high notes takes a little bit of time, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Kind of slept through the first season of JoJo's, so boring. I had a classmate obsessed, so I kept on with it. Okay, so that makes sense. I don't really have anyone in my personal friend group that's super into JoJo. I think maybe Adam or Clayton is. I don't remember. Oh! Okay, so blood... Oh, wraps around the mask. So it kind of wraps around the head. Maybe... I wonder what it does. I know it did something in the first episode, but it was just on the floor, so I don't remember exactly what it did. Alex the Jew. Should have performed random songs in ragtime. Oh, Susanna. Wear suspenders and grow a curly mustache. I don't remember what I played. It was, so I did piano from freshman all the way up and finished all the piano classes, and then my piano teacher just didn't really have a thing left for people who were past it, so they just let me do independent study. And I mean, to be fair, it wasn't really difficult stuff. It was, I mean, Henry can attest, there's things that you do that's filler. Like, just that you're kind of playing in the background. It's not hard. It's just staying in the scale and kind of messing around in that key. And it's not tremendously hard. It's not like I was playing, like, E Phrygian. Like, I did a test in E Phrygian once on the guitar. And let me tell you, tuning guitars to E Phrygian and then trying to make it not sound like you're just destroying the instrument is tough. You don't meet him for a while. Okay. Well, I mean, if you say that the character's good and you say the story's pretty okay, I can stick with it. I'm not too tremendously worried. It's just frustrating. And the weird thing is, they have the little paper folds of medicine like they did in Japan, but this isn't Japan. This is England. So, strange. You will get there. I know. I'm not the type of person that quits, so when I'm like really proud of it and good and whatever, I'll put you on Discord when you're done moving and being stressed and everything, of course. And let me perform a couple ditties out there for you. Oh, FML, I changed my name. I'm Joel. Okay. No, you're good. I was just like, Alex the Jew. Because I knew you were Joel from the image. And that's what made me laugh. I was like, what? It's the Dragon Ball Z character, so. I have more faith in you than I do in most things. Well, that makes me feel good. I don't have a ton of faith in me, but if I find something I'm passionate about, I do it super hard. Obviously, YouTube, Japan, music. But if I'm not passionate about it in my life, C's. Just the bare minimum to get by. That's how I do my life. Yeah, circles of fifths. I mean, it really isn't tremendously hard. That music can be very difficult and intricate and beautiful. But what I was doing just to fill in for that extra credit stuff was, I mean, it's cakewalk. Nothing that's hard. I mean, I could probably teach someone who's never had piano experience. If I could just label what the keys are and then put a circle of fifths in front of them, I could probably get them to put something together that sounds relatively like a melody in like an hour. I sound like I'm beating a sick cat with my guitar. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know about New York. Colorado's pretty dry. We're not very humid at all. So our strings last a bit longer, but if you're at sea level, change those strings, man. Change them, change them, change them. So now he's trying to poison people. There's curses. Why the heck are they in the same house if they hate each other this much? What is the point? What do you people want? Oh, damn, I almost got my whole hotel room paid for in Shanghai. I didn't realize that. Thank you, guys. We're 70% of the way there. Obviously, we don't have to finish it tonight. This is... I go back to Japan in October, so I'm starting that long haul of, like... I don't know if you guys remember that cool chart I did. I'll make another one, but it's like... Here's what it costs to get a hotel in Shanghai, and then some food, and then some stuff for cool videos, and then it keeps going up until hopefully the whole trip's paid off. But we're starting that again, and we're starting with the hotel in Shanghai. It's not actually going to cost me... like, it won't cost me, I don't think, a tremendous amount, but we'll have to see. I think that's what I paid last time, but I guess we'll find out. Strange. I gotta say, my stomach right now, do I have the tea still? I have the tea packet. It's a kava relaxing tea, and I put in some CBD oil honey, and normally I'm really on edge during live streams, because I'm like, this ding's like 10,000 people, or I guess 12,000 people. Gosh, that's a lot of people. 12,000 people. It makes me nervous. So, having this, I'm a lot more chill. This is, I feel like how I'd be if any of you guys were sitting on the couch with me, and it was just, you know, just watching some JoJo. That's how I actually feel, instead of being super on edge all the time. Which is a great feeling, let me tell you. If I were home, I'd send y'all a pic on Discord. I should record a clip of me playing. Go for it. Discord has a cutoff limit. I can't even post videos I can post videos with links, but I can't post like raw videos to there because I think there's an 8 millibyte limit, but don't quote me on that. What? Sorry, a friend asked me, this is a good instance, asked me if a shirt says what he thinks it means. What do you think it means? I don't know if that's what that means. So it has an idiom on it. I'm not great with idioms. I'm not great with idioms in English, but I know how to read it, so I can just put it into the old dictionario, as the Spaniards say. Let's see if this means what he thinks it means. It might. Who knows? I didn't get anything from that, so let's see. Let's keep going, shall we? I have an idiom dictionary. I tried. Let's put it in just like a regular dictionary. I'd feel bad if. By the way, guys, if this doesn't come out to be anything, this is why you ask people who know what they're doing. So, I've seen versions of it in here. Oh, dude, you want me to read this whole freaking chapter? Are you kidding me? God, look what it wants me to freaking read. During a live stream. Look, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'll read this for you after, but I need to be entertaining right now. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'll get back to it, I promise. But I could say the back for sure says Amefte Shikomaru. The ground so I mean it's not heavy rain, it's just rain fte, so Amefte, rain falling or rain falls. And then chi is the earth, I guess, in this instance. And it should be Kakomaru, right? So that's pretty easy. Hopefully. Let's see. Kakomaru. Yeah. I mean, the back says essentially rain falls and ground gets hard. Like literally it's the bare minimum, right? The sleeve, on the other hand, I don't see what I think it's the same, right? Yeah, it looks like the same. But the thing it has at the bottom, it says that's not printed on the sleeves though. Really? See, this is seriously just ask. Yeah. Ko korobi ni korobu. That is. Are you kidding me? Look, I'll show you guys what this site says. This means the ground becomes solid after heavy rain. Look at this. So it's ko high. Korobi ni. I think what it means is so korobu is to fall down or to fall over. The problem is ko is added as like a tall fall, a high fall. Ni, and then it's the exact same word in the dictionary form, which is korobu, and that's just to fall. That has nothing to do with the ground becomes solid after fall. The first part of the thing does. I'll send you guys the hoodies. How much is $68 for this hoodie you're charging? You couldn't ask a Japanese person if what you're saying is BS? Or like to hire a translator? Seriously? Look at this. $68. What? Hannah Dare, what's going on? Yeah, freaking look at this. Like, I'm not anywhere near fluent, and I freaking knew that was, like, what the heck? How frustrating is that? And so I saw one page that has its phrase in its totality, but it gives me, like, history. It's a clip from a book. I don't have time to read it on the live stream, but I don't see... I mean, Chiebukuro is usually pretty alright. It's not great. That's so dumb. So, oh, here's one from, I mean, obviously this isn't the source, this is Ameba, but this is saying the term comes from China, which, specifically from a monk from, yeah, Obosan, and then Senkoku-jidai, so the warring states era. Yeah, I'll read that for you later, dude, but for right now, it's like, meh. Oh, okay, so now the mask's actually, like, doing fun stuff. Rad. Yes. Superhuman weird dead dude in a crazy-looking mask. Okay, vampires? Zombies? Little A, little B? Alright, now I'm a bit more sold on this. Now it's supernatural and fun, and the dude's cutting through people. Nice. My thing says, adversity strengthens the foundation. So, and that could be it, because again, this is not, it's not going to be literal. It's kind of like when you say, a bird in the hand's worth two in the bush. We're not actually talking about birds when I say that. So that could be the case, but here's what that definitely doesn't say. The ground gets harder when it rains. It might mean the same axiom, but that's not what that means. Right? The axiom's the same, but you're translating a metaphor instead of the actual meaning of what that metaphor means to a similar metaphor. You're not even translating, that's transliterating. That's actually a lot of things, but that's definitely not what a faithful translation should do. That's frustrating. Yeah, don't. Ah, God. Take a free... You don't have to take a Japanese tech. Take a linguistics class. Gosh, that's frustrating. Yeah, I'm a lot... Yeah, so I think they're vampires, because it turned to sun and everything got dusty. So I'm a lot more about this anime now than I was at the start, for sure. Language is weird. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you translate a metaphor to another metaphor instead of translating what the metaphor is supposed to mean? Whatever. Henry, that's not necessarily true. There are perfect translations, but there are not perfect translations for all words, all phrases, in all languages. There are words that are used exactly identical in both cultures, like apple. Japan has apples. We have apples. If I hold up an apple, it is a perfect mental translation between two parties of apple, and what we call that thing's the exact same. So there is perfect translation. At least for today's day and age, because language changes and evolves as living. That's all everything. There's just not... there's not everything is perfect 100% of the time. The problem is that's not even like a decent translation. It didn't translate anything. Metaphors convey a truth using common events. But you're not conveying the truth that this says. You're just translating the truth that it says to another... conveying messaging. The reference is all jacked up. This is dumb. This is why I need to make the video on how language works. The anime's over anyways, and it's almost 10 o'clock. Sorry, I don't mean to rant to you guys. It just... stuff like that bothers me. There are so many clothing lines out there that it's not even the Japanese is bad. They just don't put any effort into figuring out what the Japanese is and what it means and why you would translate it a certain way. It's just frustrating. So anyways, the Ashkenazi Jews used to say, "Don't bang my teapot," to mean get off my case when being harassed. Huh. Didn't know that. I don't agree in the sense that the nuance, the specific ideas that are associated with it, affiliated with, etc., are different because the cultures are different. Just because the cultures are different, though, doesn't mean there aren't similar things in the culture, Henry. Do I really want to quote this? Because we've been going through. I'm in a linguistics class for my for school, That's literally talking about the foundations of how all humanity comes up and conveys meaning between things. It looks like this. I put it on the Discord a while back, this little chart. It would be so bad for me to try to explain this here. But the truth of the matter is, humans have a common reality in which we convey ideas. Even if the ideas are not in this reality, we usually have to base it on something in this reality in order to convey it with words. Hence why you can convey unicorn, because even if, you know, unicorns don't exist, but we understand, like, horse with antler, right? And so we have horse, that exists in both Japan and America. Rhinos have the spike. Japanese people know rhinos from zoos there. We know rhinos from zoos here. We've seen them on National Geographic. Thus, a horse with a thing here, even if Japan doesn't have that creature in its folklore, can then grab from our general reality and pull that stuff out. It is impossible to pull an idea out that is not based in parts, at least, in our reality that's real, to convey it with words, because words are a thing called a signifier, and they signify a conceptual signified, which is a complex of characteristics evoked from a memory world, the world that we see and experience in our minds, and we attach those complete characteristics to reference. It's a whole big thing. I need to make a talk about it. I don't know if my channel would even care. Most people don't actually care about language theory. But if you want to be a like a actual faithful translator and be doing a good job, it's probably something you want to know. So a lot of people translate the signifier, they translate the word, but the truth is when you're coming up with that word, you have a referent, like monkey, and then you go to your mind and you know what, or not even, you don't even have the word monkey yet, sorry. The sender's thing is you want to say, you know, let's say, what I have to say it because otherwise I can't convey it. You have a monkey in your head. You haven't developed the word yet. You just have monkey. So the thing that I want to write about, I see a monkey over there. He's just doing his monkey thing. It's a lemur, per se, right? Just some sort of monkey thing. So I go into my memory world. Where have I seen this before? And humans do this in microseconds. Like, humans are amazing. Our brains that do this. And you go, you know, National Geographic, it's great. It's got the spike, you know, the layered tails. I've seen that at the zoo. I've seen it 100 times in dolls. It's a lemur. So we get the word lemur. Lemur, the word, is the signifier for the mental idea that I have seen before in my experience as a human being. And then I can write lemur on a page. When I write that, as this says, the receptor, the person hearing the thing, whether it be spoken or written, sees lemur, and then goes into his mental capacity and goes, okay, what is my experience with what a lemur is? And then that's how you do it. The problem is when you get into, well, it's not even problems. There's several different areas you can get into because there are non-real items based on real things. You obviously can't describe things that don't have real-world reference, at least in parts. There's a lot of odd little thingy bobs. What happens if one culture does have a concept, another one doesn't? Like you were saying, Henry, there are things unique to both Japan and America that the other does not have, but it is not unique to human experience. That's the thing. Humanity might have those things. Maybe another language like Latin or Greek or something that has a basis in what we have might have a word for it that we can more easily translate. Maybe it requires a few sentences to explain what that one concept is that we don't have in our language, and you translate it as those sentences. So it's you can get a lot closer to true translation than I think a lot of people think you can get. You can really get close because we, as humans, we really aren't that much of like beautiful snowflakes with such a unique experience. We're really repetitive. Humans are extraordinarily repetitive and do essentially the same crap over and over, all of us. And so a lot of the time you can get very close to good translation. That's the end of my soapbox. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Sorry, I have to get off my my pedestal there. I'm just learning a lot about language, and I figured this is the time to talk about it. If you guys like this video, real quick, drop a like down below. Not necessary. Helps me if you want to help me a little bit more than just hanging out in the live stream. JoJo's was fun. I think that the second episode it picked up compared, like the first episode I just could not care. The second episode when we got the supernatural element, much better. I will definitely keep up with this. Next week's video, maybe I'll do this language stuff. I don't know if 90% of people care. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Schadenfreude. Yeah, so it not enough time. That there are, again, that word, what you're saying, Schadenfreude, German, Schadenfreude. It's a referent to an idea. The words don't have meaning. Words are directing to a mental image that the person wrote. If I write lemur, it's because in my head I see lemur. If I see Jack killed Jill, in my head, a guy named Jack is killing a girl named Jill. Right? So there's a mental image that I'm conveying, and we do this in microseconds. We don't realize we're doing this because human brains are amazing. So, Schadenfreude isn't a word, and when people go, well, there's not a direct translation for a single word. Well, duh. Because words don't have meaning. They picked a single word for a human experience of something that encompasses probably a complex of different little things that make that very specific to that word, and that did not come up, that specific thing did not come up in English, but we have all the parts of what that is to explain it in English. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking about this now because you clearly understand what it is and you speak English. That's because it might take a paragraph, but you can pretty much always explain it using signifiers in your language for concepts that are in your unique experience. And sometimes the one signifier, like if we have something that this whole cognitive signifier, this complex characteristic thing, we can sum up with maybe one word. Another language might not be able to do that with one word. It doesn't mean you can't get a true translation. There's only one art. Sorry, Schadenfreude. I'm laughing so hard right now. Say that German word again. I'm not German, give me a break! It's the idea and the thought of what you see, not the actual word. It's the idea and the thought of what you see, not the actual word. So like I said, words, the meanings change, right? We have gay from the 50s and before. Before it meant like, you know, happy, and then it became homosexual. I don't know if it probably means just that nowadays, right? Words in and of the four-letter thing itself, or the three-letter thing itself, doesn't have a meaning. Society attaches the meaning to the word, and we have a common pool of understanding, a common linguistic pool that we all pull from. And different countries have different pools that we pull from, but we all have the same crap, right? They have gay in Japan, and they have a word that definitely expresses that, but they might not call it what we call it, because our word comes from happiness. Their word, they actually have gay, like literally gay with the long, and then they have hade, which is like flamboyant, flashy. Like, they might pull it from a different thing, but it might mean the same reference. The same referent, right? A man that likes to, you know, copulate with another man. So, it completely has to do with the referent. How do we get what if I'm the writer, right, and I mean lemur, my mental image is that monkey. If Japan doesn't have a word for that monkey, you can adequately describe that monkey. It's about this big, it's got a tail that's white and black, that's about a foot long, it's gray fur, it's got a face that's kind of slendered in, it's part of the lemur family, or whatever the weird monkey. Like, you could really describe it and get that mental image so they understand it, but it might take a paragraph. Anyways, okay, we're done. I'm going to end this stream. I'm seriously, I could go off on this for hours on how, like, linguistics actually begins, and I don't trust me being able to stop. So, I'm going to end it now. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for giving me fuel to explode. I appreciate it. I will see you all next week. Love hard, love deep. Have a wonderful week. Call your parents. They miss you. Isn't that how language works? Like, names for things are different in different languages. Yeah, but the idea is the same, right? Our reference in our brain is the same, but where we're coming from are different. And so you can't just grab... Oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting back onto this. You can't just grab, like, a dictionary that says the word for lemur unless you're positive that that is the referent that when, let's say, a Japanese person uses that word, that's what that is. For example, there's noben. Okay, let's see if I can use the Japanese keyboard for once. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. So it's no ben, and then what do I hit? Space? That's not it. Well, the no's right, the ben's not. Okay, that's not gonna help me. So it's okay. No, I hate typing on this. Okay. So this is a word that's pretty new. No ben. This is slang. Very slangy. Kids use this in high school all the time. It comes from, so first off, ben is from benkyo, right, to study. No is from no, like in English, no, like no. No ben is not, I didn't study. You know, if you go, oh, no ben I didn't study, right? So here's the problem. They're taking no in Japanese, which could be a bunch of different things, but they're using an English referent. They're using, the mental image is this, like no, right? But they don't use no in native Japanese. But this is Japanese. Japanese people use this all the time. And then they use a wrong version of benkyo. Because it's not benkyo, it's just ben. You're missing the second part, you're missing the verb of it. But their mental image is the exact same as in English. There's a test, you didn't study for it, oh crap, right? That's not a unique human experience. We all experience that, but they attached it to different words. Really, you should be like, benkyo shinakatta if you're doing it in like dictionary Japanese. But the truth is, how do you convey that image if all you have is a dictionary that doesn't have slang? No ben. You have to, first off, if you're not a native English speaker, you're not going to get the no. If you don't already know that benkyo is study and you haven't seen this ben in any other context, you're screwed. It's words change meaning based on what the culture says about it, not what a dictionary says. Anyways. You're no ben. Yeah, I know. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I'm over it. This is why I need to drink and I don't. My brain doesn't shut off. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for hanging out. Enjoy the new word, the new slang word I gave you. No ben. Alright, have a good